everyone, this is me Kriti and welcome you in this series of B.Ed PYQs. In this video, we will discuss about the previous year question of B.Ed paper, that is knowledge and curriculum. I have made a detailed PPT on the question as much as I can collect. So, and the red marks on the question denotes that the question is repeated more than one times in the paper. Okay. Let's start with the very first slide, and the first question is discuss factors affecting curriculum development. So basically we have to explain the curriculum and curriculum development and its factors. Okay. Question number 2, discuss the concepts of knowledge according to Mahatma Gandhi. So basically we have to explain the educational philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. Question number 3, describe the nature and meaning of curriculum. So similarly, the question is same as the question number 1, explain curriculum and its meaning and nature. Okay. Question number 4, what do you mean by textbook? Discuss its types. So important question in regards of this paper, explain textbooks and its types. Okay. Question number 5, you have to explain the basis of curriculum construction, how the curriculum are constructed. Okay. Question number 6, what is curriculum? Explain the nature of curriculum and discuss the needs and importance of curriculum in school. So this is the extended question here, needs and importance of curriculum in school. Okay. Question number 7, what is the concept of knowledge and how it is reflected in different school subjects? So basically we have to explain knowledge and how it is reflected in our school subject, that is maths, science, social science, history, English language subject, art subject, how knowledge is reflected in these subjects. Okay. Question number 8, describe educational philosophy of Rousseau in detail. It is the important repeated question in earlier paper. In Western philosopher, we have recommended that we have learned about Plato, Rousseau and Peter. Here the question comes in, describe the educational philosophy of Rousseau in details. Okay. Moving toward the next slide, and the question number 9 is discuss the educational philosophy of Swami Vivekanand. So it is the important question in terms of this paper, that educational philosophy of Swami Vivekanand. In Indian philosopher, we are recommended that we have to learn about Swami Vivekanand, Gandhiji, Tagoreji, Aurobindo Ghosh, Vinoba Bhave. So here the question comes in regards with Swami Vivekanand. Okay. Moving toward the next question, question number 10, discuss curriculum in context of socio-cultural chain of students. Okay. Question number 11, what is education? Describe its meaning and relationship with philosophy. So important terms in this paper, education and philosophy and its relationship between them. Okay. Question number 12, discuss role of teacher in curriculum development. Okay. Important question in regards with this paper, role of teacher. Okay. Question number 13, discuss Vinoba Bhave concept of knowledge. So basically the similar question, that educational philosophy of Vinoba Bhave. Okay. Question number 14, differentiate between knowledge, information and opinion. Okay. Important 3 terms you have to explain in a proper way, knowledge versus information versus opinion. Okay. Here you can also one more, that is belief, knowledge, opinion, belief, information. Okay. Moving toward the next question, question number 15, that is discuss national priorities as determinants of curriculum. So there are many determinants of curriculum, but here we have to explain national priorities. Okay. Question number 16, that is what is curriculum implementation. So basically we have to explain curriculum and its implementation in regards with school and colleges, universities. Okay. In this paper we have to keep in mind that in regards with the school, curriculum implementation in regards with school. Okay. Moving to the next question, that is question number 17, describe how social, cultural, economic diversity act as determinant of curriculum development. Okay. So as I earlier stated that there are many determinants of curriculum. So basically here we have to explain cultural, social, economic diversities as determinants of curriculum development. Okay. Moving toward the question number 18, that is discuss the core curriculum in Indian context. We have to define the core curriculum in view of Indian context. Okay. Moving toward the next slide, and question number 19 is discuss concept of knowledge according to Rabindranath Tagore. Okay. So important personality in regards with this paper, that is Rabindranath Tagore. You have to explain the educational philosophy of Rabindranath Tagore. Okay. Next question, discuss the nature of curriculum in light of view of Indian philosopher. So basically we have to explain the concepts or the philosophy of educational philosopher. You can write anyone, you can choose anyone, that is Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, Swami Vivekanand, or you can go with the miscellaneous also. Means you have to write short notes on all of the above. Okay. Moving toward the next question, that is question number 21, differentiate between curriculum and syllabus. Must question, differentiate between curriculum and syllabus. Question number 22, discuss textbook as tool of curriculum. Okay, important question, how textbook helps in curriculum, or how textbooks as tools of curriculum. Okay. Moving toward the next question, that is what is epistemological analysis, explain it. Means this educational philosophy. Okay. Question number 24, brief concept philosophy of Swami Vivekanand and Aurobindo Ghosh. Okay. Means you have to briefly describe the philosophy of both the educationist Swami Vivekanand versus Aurobindo Ghosh. Okay. Question number 25, what do you mean by curriculum development? Okay. And write its characteristic of learner. So basically the extended question is write its characteristic of learners. Okay. Moving to the next question, that is what is the concept of education. You can take any quote given by Mahatma Gandhi, Vivekanand, Rabindranath Tagore, any quote from any one of philosopher, and write on the brief introduction of education and concept of education. Okay. Next question, relationship between knowledge and belief. Okay, you have to define the relationship between knowledge and belief. Moving toward the next question, that is question number 28, describe views of Aurobindo Ghosh on knowledge and curriculum. So the same question, that is educational philosophy of Aurobindo Ghosh. Okay. Question number 29, discuss the main feature of basic education. So same question as earlier. How can we make curriculum more inclusive? Explain. So we all know that curriculum must be inclusive, but how can we make it? So you have to explain in your words. Moving toward the question number 31, that is what is the philosophy of Western educationalist. Here it is not specifically mentioned that you have to write any Western educationalist. You can write any of one of them, that is either Rousseau, Plato, or Peter. Okay. Moving toward the question number 32, that is how the concept of philosophy of education is different between Indian philosopher and Western philosopher. So basically the question is asked in the form of that what the difference between Indian philosophy or Western philosophy, or you can also take in this way that what is the similarity between. In addition to this PPT, I have added the previous year question of session 2023-2025. So as per the new update in the curriculum, that MCQ are being removed, so MCQ are not being discussed in this video. So now move toward the group B, that is short answer type question, answer any two question. Okay. So first of all, let's start with the question number 2, that is education and philosophy are the two sides of same coin. This is the one of the most important definition of the education and philosophy that explain the relationship between them. So now we have to explain and elaborate this phrase. Okay. Moving toward the question number 3, that is define knowledge and nature of knowledge in education. So basically we have to define knowledge and the nature of knowledge as per the education. Okay. Moving toward the question number 4, that is write short note on concept of curriculum. So it is the must question in this paper, that the concept of curriculum we have to explain. Okay. Moving toward the next slide, and the question number 5 is explain the importance of political determinants of the curriculum. So here we have to explain the political determinant of the curriculum. Okay. Moving toward the long answer type question, that is group C. Here we have to answer any two questions. So let's start with the question number 6. Here, what do you mean by knowledge construction? Explain the different ways, method of knowing with suitable examples. Here the question is asks about the knowledge construction, knowledge formation, and the different ways of gaining knowledge with proper suitable example. Okay. Moving toward the question number 7, evaluate the educational philosophy of Aurobindo Ghosh. Aurobindo Ghosh is not asked earlier in this paper, but this is the first time when the Aurobindo Ghosh is also asked in the paper. So if you have some sufficient time, then you must go through the Aurobindo Ghosh. Okay. Now moving toward the question number 8, differentiate in detail the curriculum framework, curriculum and syllabus and their significance. So here basically there are 4 terms in the question, and you have to describe all the terms. First you have to define curriculum framework, that is related to curriculum construction, how it is constructed, how the curriculum works. Now later you have to explain curriculum and syllabus and their significance in relevance to school. Okay. Moving toward the question number 9, that is define curriculum determinants, explain psychological and social determinant of curriculum. Here the particularly mention is psychological and social determinant of the curriculum. There are many determinants of curriculum, but here we have specifically mentioned that we have to explain psychological and social determinant of the curriculum. Okay, that's all. I think I have covered almost all the PYQs that as much as I can collect. Okay, that's all by my side. This is Kriti and thank you for watching and best of luck for the exam.